What's happening, Internet fam? So I had a great idea for a Kickstarter the other day. You know, a lot of people that I know really question what happened on 9/11. It seems like the planes hit the building 100 floors down, and then they just exploded from the top down shortly thereafter. And there's, whether you're looking at the chemist who worked at BYU who found thermite resident in the debris, or the eyewitnesses on the ground, the firefighters said they all heard explosions and saw explosions and people being blown up even before the buildings fell down. So the question would be, if that's the case, then why don't we rebuild the Twin Towers somewhere out in the middle of the desert and see what happens when we crash two planes into them without any explosives? So make sure that there's no explosives. I know a lot of people say, oh, that's a crazy conspiracy theory. What a giant waste of money. But there's 300 million people in the country. If everybody put in $1, I'm sure we could rebuild the Twin Towers out in the desert and slam a couple of airplanes into them and see what happens. Now, maybe they would explode from the top down, just like they did in New York, in which case we could all feel good about things, right? But my guess is that's not what's going to happen at all. My guess is that when you slam those planes into the Twin Towers, they just start falling. They don't fall at all. They just stand there. That'd be my guess. But I mean, until we actually build them and try it out, how would we know? I think it's time to call out Dick Cheney and the other people from the Project for a New American Century who obviously had something to do with the explosions of those buildings on 9/11. And so we can put this to a scientific test. Just rebuild the entire thing out in the desert somewhere and fly a plane into it and see what happens. Fly two planes into it, same exact scenario, and see if those buildings fall down or not. Do you think those buildings are going to fall down? I don't think so. All right, Internet fam, let me know what you think about that idea. I mean, it would be great to scientifically prove one way or another whether or not two airplanes colliding into those structures could have caused them to explode from the top down like that. I supremely doubt it.